Hello, I'm Adele from Purple Quilting. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to go through my quilting for the Sprout 25 quilt. I've predictably gone with my layout, but I'm going to do the blocks individually, so hopefully whichever layout you decide to go with, it gives you a little bit of an idea about what you could do. As and when you quilt it, we'd love you to tag both the Quilt Designers Collective and as many individuals as you like. I'd certainly like to see how you quilt it, and I'm Purple Quilting, so please tag me if you do post on social media. For the blocks, as I said, we'll go through each of those individually. I like adding borders onto my quilts, partly because I really like a big quilt, and partly because I think it gives you a lot of opportunity to try some different quilting techniques, and that's the part that I really enjoy. So for the borders on this quilt, what I've decided to do is, because I put the bare paw cornerstones on the outer border, I'm going to create a bigger cornerstone using the three wider outer borders, and I'm going to ghost quilt the full bare paw block and then do a filler for the rest of that. And then I'm going to treat the blue, the purple and the white wider outer borders as one space, and I'm going to create a like an arched kind of structure, and then use some backfill in the border for that. And then I'm going to treat the thinner white border as part of the sashing, really as part of the central medallion. So that's my plan. So I'm going to use a lot of rulers in my quilting because I enjoy ruler quilting, and I think it gives you a really nice base to then do some free motion. I usually use this machine for computerized quilting, so edge-to-edge digital designs. This is the first time I've done free motion on this machine, so there may be some learning to be done on that as well. And my little setup here to record, it's the first time I've used that as well, so we'll see how that turns out. But at the very least, we'll have some lovely pictures of the blocks and the borders when they're done. Anyway, I hope you enjoy it, and I hope it gives you some ideas that you can take and make your own, and enjoy. So I'm just getting ready to do the cornerstone where I'm ghost quilting the bare paws to mimic the block. I don't tend to do a lot of marking, but for this I thought that I probably did need more than just some registration points, and using the ruler I probably lose track of exactly where the paws were supposed to be and which direction the claws were going and things. So I have used a blue water erasable pen, and in some areas I'll just use some chalk, and I've just basically marked out where the central sashing will be, where the paw section will be, and then I've given myself some registration points where the claws will come out to, just so that I've got a bit of an idea where to go. And then I will, for this part, echo the two borders, and I think I'm going to do a feather in that area. purple and white border strips. I've only given myself a few registration marks for this. I've done a middle mark and one at each quarter at both the sort of the inside and the outside, and I've come in an inch from the outside, because I think what I'll do is I'll put piano keys at the edge, because then I don't need to worry about where the binding will come to, and cutting off like a feature design, but equally I don't need to worry about it there being a big gap between the edge of a design and the binding. So I'm going to start by drawing. I'm going to start by quilting an arch. I'll echo it, well, kind of echo it. I'll do an internal kind of additional line, but I'm gonna probably give myself another registration mark, possibly an inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch, depending on how I feel at the time. So to start with, I'm just going to go over with this huge Quilter pineapple ruler. It's the 38, I think it's the biggest curve that they have, and I'm just going to go from this mark in the start in the corner up to my first mark, kind of a quarter of the way in of the border and an inch from the top of the quilt. This is what I mean by it's not quite an echo, more like a swag really. And I'm gonna start at the same point, so I don't need to travel in, and I'm just aiming for a new point which is an inch below the previous one. And my machine does not like going from right to left as much as it likes going left to right. So I may get some thread shredding here, which will be annoying. Okay, so I could cut thread here, but I might just try and travel up here instead, because I am very lazy. And I'm basically going to do exactly the same thing again, but just offset them by half an arch. So I'm starting at the top here and coming into the quarter mark, and then I'm going to go up again to the halfway mark. an echo. I think I'll do 1/4 inch echo just on the inside, and then do curved crosshatch in these sort of sections. This is a half section, and then in the full ones as I go along. And I think I'll do a 3/4 inch crosshatch. So I've got my lines which are 1/4 inch apart. I know my foots are going to take 1/4 inch as well, so I'm going to line it up with my second line, if that makes sense. Then in this bottom central section, I'm going to do a feather motif. So I'm going to go to the middle. See, I knew I'd want more markings. So it's about 12.5. So we're at 6 1/4. And then I'm at my next section to do my next crosshatch. And again, because I'm lazy, I'm not going to worry about cutting threads to do the echo. I'm just going to go up. And because I'll do it in all of them, it'll be consistent and it'll look absolutely fine. experiment with a different angle. Yeah, we'll see how this works out, but hopefully it'll work. Sorry. Okay. So yeah, on these ones I've used the top curve for my crosshatch in the opposite direction, and on these ones I've used both the sides. Because I'm doing it consistently in all of the corners, I don't think it's going to make any difference, and I'm not really sure it's going to be that noticeable. I know that when you look at it, the diamonds kind of go in different directions, but overall I'm not really sure how noticeable it will be. But again, I'm going to be consistent with it in all of these kind of half sections and doing it slightly differently. So it's kind of planned, but it looks planned. I mean, I'm not going to enter this into a show. I guess if that was something you were going to do, either use the same top line in all of them or draw yourself an extra line in on these ones so you can echo in the same direction. But as I say, I don't think I'm going to notice it when it's all finished. Okay, so piano keys. Yeah, you can obviously choose whatever spacing you like. I quite like doing thinner ones, which are 1/4 inch, because I can use my foot to get a good gauge on how far that is, and then I like to do a chunkier one. And it means that when you're doing the narrower ones, that's when I would travel in the curve, and I would do the longer travel off the quilt, just because obviously it's easier to do it that way. The other thing that you can do is you can obviously come down and go straight back up, so that you're not traveling in the curve at any point. So for reasons that I'm going to struggle to justify when I'm onto borders 3 and 4, I just felt like it needed a little bit of extra, just so that I didn't lose these arches. So yeah, I decided to go back in and just do a freehand, essentially like a matchstick, in the wider piano keys. Yeah, I'm probably going to regret that later, but I think it does look nice, and I think it is going to just give it a little bit more kind of texture and, as I say, a bit more depth, because it's going to make these pop a little bit more. The other thing I could have done is just come in and maybe half these piano keys, but yeah, I'm committed to this now. I think you get the idea, so I'll turn the video off now. And yeah, it's quite soothing, really. So I'm really happy with how this border has turned out. If you wanted to go an extra step, you could absolutely come into the crosshatch and do a much tighter matchstick or a really tight stipple in every other one, and that would make that pop a little bit more. But I should probably try and finish this before Sprout 2026 starts, so I'm going to stop at that. But I'm really happy with the cornerstones and the border.